Hello everyone, tayo ay gumawa ng isang tinatawag na engineer's report. At ito yung report na isinasubmit natin sa DENR, Environmental Management Bureau Regional Office sa pag-apply ng wastewater discharge permit. So merong outline na ibinigay ang DNR-EMB, lalong-lalo doon sa step 6 ng online permitting and monitoring system. Ipa-follow lang natin yung outline na yon para makagawa tayo ng isang engineer's report. So, pwedeng itong ibibigay natin na example ay nakapattern doon sa outline na binigay. Pero sa bawat regional offices ng EMB, maaring merong variation sa paano mo to i-present. But still following the outline na nakikita doon sa OPMS. So let's try to prepare an injuries report at ang example ko dito ay isang restaurant. So the project subject of this application is ABC Bistro and Cafe. Inimbento ko lamang yan. Which is a commercial restaurant located at Lot 12, Rizal Street, Barangay Malinis, Lipa City, Batangas. So the establishment operates a full service dining facility offering cooked meals, beverages, and desserts to the general public. So yan yung ating number one. Okay, name of project or business. And then, yun nga, meron tayong outline. Number two, brief description of process involved. So, sinasambit din natin dito, the business does not involve any manufacturing process. Lalo ito naman ay restaurant. Its operations are limited to food preparation, cooking, dishwashing, and general sanitation. And of course, the wastewater is generated mainly from kitchen sinks, food preparation areas, utensil washing, floor cleaning, and sanitary facilities used by employees and customers. Yan yung mga pwede nating maibigay ng mga brief description of process involved. And then, number three, sa production capacity, quality or volume, and generic products. Pwede nating sambitin itong mga bagay na to. The restaurant serves an average of 120 to 180 customers per day. Yan, example lang naman natin yan. With an estimated output of about 150 meals daily. Kung gusto mo pang sabihin talaga yan. Okay? The generic products, of course, include cooked rice meals, grilled and fried dishes, pwede rin pasta, o beverages such as coffee and juice, and dessert items. Yan, pwede natin sambitin operations are conducted for approximately 12 hours per day. So, yan yung pwedeng mga simple sagot natin dyan sa outline na yan. So, number four, nature and character of wastewater. So, meron tayong dinaanan na ilang part ng outline ng Ingenious Report. One, name of project or business. And then two, brief description of process involved. And then number three, production capacity or quality or volume and generic products. So, yan yung mga example presentation natin dyan. And then number four, the nature and character of wastewater. So, sa pwede nating sambitin nga, the wastewater produced by the establishment is domestic and commercial in nature. It typically contains food particles, oil in grease, suspended solids, organic matter, and traces of detergents from cleaning activities. The wastewater has no toxic or hazardous chemical content based on the restaurant wastewater characteristics. The raw effluent may have a pH ranging from 6.5 to 8.5. Puwede ring elevated biochemical oxygen demand or BOD. Gano'n din yung chemical oxygen demand, total suspended solids, and noticeable oil in grease content. So, puwede tayong mag-indicate diyan ng ating result of laboratory analysis, yung concentration, or you can state mga literature, mga mababasa natin na literature at di naman naglalayo ang mga characteristics niyan. So yan yung sa number 4, we need to give the characteristics and nature. So you can make a pattern na lang, lalo yung ating mga managers, operators ng restaurant, pwede niyong gayahin na 'to at yan na nga yung ating example. Number 5, meron tayo sa number 5 ay total daily volume of raw wastewater discharge. So ito naman ay meron tayong mga data, pwede tayong makapag-estimate. Halimbawa, the total estimated daily volume of raw wastewater discharge is approximately 9 to 10 cubic meters per day. Pwede niyong gamitin yung pinakamababa, yung 9 cubic meter per day, or you can say yung 10 cubic meter per day. Kahit isa, basta isa lang. No? So, sample lang naman yan. You can decide alin ba, yung mas mababa o yung mas mataas. Kasi meron tayong mga mababang mga discharges, may mga matataas din tayong discharges. So, pwede niyong piliin alin yung i-declare niyo. Remember, when you declare that, meron niyang implication sa ating fees. So, yung discharge volume, may implication yan sa kung magkano ang babayaran natin. So, yung kung mababa ang i-declare mong discharges, yung volume, edi mababa din ang ating fees. So, yung mga value na yan, mga values na yan, derived from the establishment's average water consumption. So, kung sinasabi mong about to about 10 to 12 cubic meters per day, pwede kang makakuha ng average, sabihin mo lang, with approximately 80 to 90% converted to wastewater. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tubig na convert into wastewater. Meron nga ang iba dyan for watering landscape. Meron pa nga dyan for drinking. Yung iba dyan may mga leakages na nawawala na yan doon. So we can estimate the volume of raw wastewater discharge based on the average water consumption. Oh, ayan yung ating number 5. Number 6, kailangan nating sagutin, bigyan ng information ang EMB, the treatment process and estimated treatment efficiency. So to treat the generated wastewater, ano yung naka-install mo diyan na system? So pwede nating sambitin yung the establishment utilizes a grease trap and septic tank system wherein the wastewater from kitchen areas initially passes through a multi-chamber grease trap to remove oil and grease before entering the septic tank, where sedimentation and biological treatment occur. Yung ating septic tank, nandyan yan eh. The system is capable of achieving an estimated removal efficiency of 70 to 90% for oil and grease, and then 50 to 70% for suspended solids, and then 40 to 60% for organic load, yung ating BOD. So kailangan ang mga efficiency niyan naka-indicate yan sa ating report. And you can also indicate na the management commits that the final effluent discharge shall comply with the general effluent standards, especially yung nakasulat sa DAW 2016-08. Mahalaga yung statement na yun doon. Okay? So, yan yung number 6 doon sa treatment process and estimated treatment efficiency. Now, number 7, meron tayo ditong total daily water consumption and final effluent discharge. So, base sa iyong mga nauna namang mga information na binigay, yan, pwede mong sambitin dyan. The establishment's average daily water consumption is approximately 10 to 12 cubic meters, while the estimated daily discharge of treated effluent is around 9 to 10 cubic meters. Pero ulitin ko, dapat makapag-decide ka alin mismong numero ang i-declare mo, yung 9 or yung 10. Ano po? So yung may mga minor losses gaya ng sa cooking use, evaporation, leakages, yeah, mga minor ano lang yan, losses. So indicate natin yan dito, yung sagot sa number 7 na to. Number 8, kailangan din maintindihan ng EMB kung saan pabalik yung mga treated water natin. So aside from giving them na o malinis na yung tubig ulit, mapasa na, saan yan pupunta? So we need to indicate that in number 8. Like the treated wastewater is discharged into the barangay drainage system, which eventually leads to, for example, Balete Creek, which is the identified receiving body of water. Balete Creek is officially classified as Class C freshwater under DNR classification. Meron yan doon sa website ng EMB. Punta kayo ng emb.gov.ph. Hanapin mo yung environmental statistics at nandoon yung water quality management data. Yung data na yon, click mo lang din yon, makikita mo yung mga water classification. So, dapat malaman mo kung ano mismo yung name ng receiving body of water at ano yung official water classification. Lalo kung Class C, which is intended for fishery production, recreational use, industrial water supply after treatment. So, kailangan natin yang i-indicate dyan yung receiving body of water and then classification. Ano po? So, tandaan nyo yung emb.gov.ph. Nandoon yon under environmental statistics. Kung hindi mo alam kung anong official water classification ng receiving body of water na malapit sa ating facility. Number 9, sa outline natin, flow measurement, equipment, and procedure. Sabihin natin dyan na at present, wastewater flow is monitored indirectly using monthly water utility billing records and internal estimates based on standard wastewater generation factor. Yung lagi natin sinasambit na 80 to 90% of water consumption is domestic wastewater. Okay? Sinasabi din natin dyan, daily operational monitoring of water use is also conducted. To further improve monitoring accuracy, the establishment plans to install a dedicated water meter to support better flow measurement and documentation. Yan. Ang totoo, wala namang naglalagay ng metro bago ng septic tank. 'Di ba? Bago ng mga grease interceptor. Wala naglalagay ganyang metro. Kaya pwede mo ring isambitin na lang yan. The establishment plans to install a simple inline water meter on the main water line for improved monitoring. So, simple lang. Number 10 sa ating outline, pollution prevention or environmental management system plan. So, papaano ba yung effort natin to protect our environment? Kaya maa-approve ang ating discharge permit kasi may okay ka na sistema to treat wastewater. Meron ka pang pollution prevention and environmental management program. So, pwede mo sambitin, the restaurant has adopted a pollution prevention and environmental management program to minimize environmental impacts. Ano yan? This includes regular cleaning of grease traps, scheduled septic tank dislodging, prohibition of disposing used cooking oil into drainage systems, proper segregation of solid waste, use of environmentally friendly cleaning agents where applicable, and continuous staff orientation on environmental protection practices. Tapos meron din tayong a designated personnel serves as the environmental officer responsible for overseeing compliance. Papansin niyo yung mga sinasabi ko, totoo na kailangan yan to prevent pollution. Part pa sa outline ng India's report itong DNR Hazardous Waste Generator ID. Base sa RA 6969 and applicable rules and regulation, especially DAO 2013-22 na nire-require tayo ng mag-register as waste generator. So kung ikaw ay registered na as waste generator, pwede na kayong mag-indicate niyan diyan. Well, kung hindi ka pa registered as waste generator, not applicable pa yung portion na ito. But kailangan meron kang pruweba diyan na meron kang ongoing registration na kung wala pa talagang hazardous waste generators ID. Yung iba, wala talagang hazardous waste, sabi nila, kaya ini-indicate nila yung the establishment does not generate hazardous waste. Pero halos bibihira yan. No? Bibihira yan. So kung ano mga hazardous waste ang na-generate nyo, magandang ma-indicate yan dyan kasi baka po makontaminate nyo yung ating liquid waste or yung wastewater stream. Okay? Indicate nyo dyan yung mga metals na ginagamit nyo, chemicals na considered hazardous. Kaya dapat meron kang DNR Hazardous Waste Generators ID. Now, in support of environmental compliance, kailangan meron kang information ng cost of installation and maintenance of wastewater treatment facility. The management, pwede mong sambitin, the management has invested in the construction and installation of wastewater treatment facilities. Including yung ating grease trap and septic tank system. Ibigay mo yung estimated cost. So, gaya nito, meron tayong 85,000 na naka-install na. Okay? Tapos, meron ka pang annual cost for operation and maintenance, including regular cleaning, monitoring, and periodic dislodging. So, meron kang estimated around 20,000 to 25,000 per year. So, pwede mong ilagay yan dyan sa number 12. No? So, yan yung ating engineer's reports. At kung merong comment ang evaluator ng ating discharge permit application, susundan mo lang yung kanilang instruction. So, ano nga yung mga outline? Ano yung outline ng ating engineer's report? Ito example for commercial restaurant. Number 1, name of project or business. Number 2, brief description of process involved. Number 3, production capacity, quality or volume, and generic products. Number 4, nature and character of wastewater. Number 5, total daily volume of raw wastewater discharge. Number 6, treatment process and estimated treatment efficiency. Yeah. Number 7, total daily water consumption and final effluent discharge. Number 8, receiving body of water and classification. Number 9, flow measurement equipment and procedure. Number 10, pollution prevention or environmental management system plan. Number 11, DNR Sardus Waste Generator ID, kung available na yan or applicable. Number 12, cost of installation and maintenance of wastewater treatment facility. So sa dulo, kung sino ang nag-prepare, sabi sa online permitting and monitoring system, step 6, pwedeng i-prepare ito ng PCO o ng isang licensed engineer, whether sanitary or chemical engineer. So lalagay mo dito yung pangalan na nag-prepare. So halimbawa, si Engineer Juan de la Cruz, ang kanyang PRC license number ay 2536 at ang kanyang accreditation number kung siya ay accredited na, ano po, let's say 2026 R4A 1234 and then date kung kailan pinirmahan yung engineer's report na 'to. Yeah. Ang maganda, ito ay dapat ay countersigned ng managing head. So puwede nating ilagay dito, approved by, kung anong pangalan ng managing head. For example, Mr. Peter S. Pan, siya ang managing head. Tapos date signed, like January 23, 2026. So ganito lang naman yung ating engineer's report and I hope may nadagdag sa inyong kaalaman on how to present, how to prepare, how to make an engineer's report based na din sa outline na binigay ng DNR Environmental Management Bureau sa online permitting and monitoring system at siyempre sa DNR Administrative Order 2005-10 or the Implementing Rules and Regulations of Philippine Clean Water Act. Puntahan nyo yung Section 14 na tumutukoy sa discharge permit. Section 14 ng DAO 2005-10. So if you have time to inquire sa EMB Regional Office, mag-inquire kayo doon na kung papaano ang ingest report. Yan, i-present nyo yung inyong ingest report kung pwede bang magpa-assist nito, kung pwede na ito, kung tama na ito. Kadalasan mag-send ka nito sa online discharge permit application system and then i-evaluate nila yung ingest report at maggagawa sila ng remarks sa iyong application. Kung tungkol ito sa ingest report, makikita mo sa remarks 'pag ini-return sa iyo ang iyong application kung anong kailangang i-improve sa ingest report. So, huwag kayong matakot sa mga comment po na yan dahil yan ang magpapa-refine nung inyong report. Okay? So, this is an ingest report for restaurant for discharge permit application under DNR EMB. At kung may tanong ka, just type it below. If you think na nakatulong ito sa iyo, please like and share this video. At kung gusto niyong malaman din, lalong-lalo sa mga bagong appointed PCO, attend kayo ng basic PCO training course dahil doon itinuturo ang process ng mga permits gaya ng JP Environment Consultancy Services offering basic PCO training course. Malapit na po, mayroon sila sa February 10 to 13, 2026 at Lipas City, Batangas. You can contact 0917-360-1178, 0917-360-1178 sa ibang detalye ng basic PCO training course nila. So, thank you very much for time listening. I hope you have learned something and God bless us all.